So today we'll begin with a brief presentation about the new creative economy programs at Valley College, followed by talks by the Arts Area, the Sam and Alfreda Maloof Foundation in the cities of Ontario and Rancho Cucamonga, where they will be sharing job opportunities, development programs, and skills building and network opportunities for creatives in the region. And then once again, just a reminder to hold your questions till the end. You can also put questions into the chat and we can answer those at the end. And we can either call on you or we'll answer via chat. Next slide. It's my pleasure to welcome Crystal Rodriguez, Managing Director of the Arts Area, Leslie Matamoros, the Director of Museum Education at the Maloof Foundation, Tanya Rodzak, the Arts and Culture Manager for the City of Ontario, and Allison Town, Engagement and Special Event Management Analyst for the City of Rancho Cucamonga. Thank you so much to all of you for being here. Next slide. So today we're going to be talking at the top of the hour about San Bernardino Valley College Art Department's Creative Entrepreneurship and Arts Leadership Certificate programs. There's two major programs that we'll be talking about today that are new to Valley College and to the region. And that is, the first is the Gallery and Museum Management Certificate program, and the other is an Arts Entrepreneurship Certificate program. Next slide. So the Gallery and Museum Management Certificate Program is really targeting those folks, creatives in the region that want to work in galleries, museums, or arts organizations, or even owning their own gallery at some point. These courses will help build the skills to support exhibition development and programming while gaining some management training. There are 6 courses in this Creative Career Certificate, including Art Appreciation, Museum and Gallery Practices, Introduction to Arts Administration, Marketing the Arts, Global Cultures, and Gallery Management Practicum. We are enrolling now for summer. During summer, there is a course, the Art 103, Art Appreciation, that starts on July 6th, so there's still time to sign up, and that is a very short course through August 13th. And then there are 2 courses where you can enroll in the fall, including, again, the Art Appreciation, Art 103, and Art 261, which is an introduction to arts administration. What's really great about these programs, the Art 260 and 263, some are transferable to UC and CSU, and then most are, if not all, pretty much all of them are all transferable to Cal State University, any Cal State. Next slide. Coming out in fall of 2027 will be the Arts Entrepreneurship Certificate. This is really targeting all different kinds of artists and creatives, including music, film, design, fashion, visual arts, literature, digital media, theater, performing arts. So it's not really just visual arts. It's not necessarily just museums. It's really growing your own business from online to brick and mortar, launching your own arts nonprofit. This certificate program is also 6 courses, including an introduction to arts entrepreneurship, creative branding and marketing, financial management for arts entrepreneurs, excuse me, sales for arts entrepreneurs, and operations and management, which will include, project management as well as day-to-day operations, as well as building networks for arts entrepreneurs. Really key in our region, as we can see from our fabulous 4 speakers we have here today from the West End. It's really about building this comprehensive network and working through and learning how to navigate these networks and creating your own networks that really helps these creatives in our region. And these courses, we don't know yet about the CSU and UC transferability, but that information will be coming soon. I will let you know that these are certificate programs, but that doesn't mean you have to take every course. We'd love to see you in any one of them. So don't feel obligated to do the entire certificate, but the certificate programs are meant as a package that really prepare you for all aspects of entrepreneurship or gallery and museum management. Next slide. And just a little plug for Valley College. We know you have college out on the West End, but wanted to let you know that all of these certificate programs really work in tandem with programs that already exist. For example, at Chaffey College, it's not meant to supplant anything, rather augment. So Valley College has courses as well in design thinking, graphic design, photography, ceramics, and glass blowing. Have a fantastic gallery called the Gresham Gallery. These slides will be sent out to everyone who has signed up and who's here tonight, and it will include that summer schedule as well as that fall schedule. And this QR code will is a direct link to how to enroll on Instagram. So there's 7 steps to enrolling, and those 7 steps are laid out on the Creative Economy Training Instagram page, which is Valley College's Instagram page for these programs. And then I'll also be sending out a link that's direct to Valley College. And again, I just wanted to say that the Valley College is offering these two certificate programs. Again, we're really meant to work with the arts ecosystem that is already here in the region. And next slide. And for this reason, we wanted to work on building this regional creative economy network by inviting folks from the West End to share the things that are going on for creatives, because you can learn a lot in a classroom and you will learn a lot in these courses and throughout these certificate programs. But it's really important to be plugging into the local community to test ideas, to try things out, to build those networks, to find internship programs and opportunities for creatives that already exist in the region. And so tonight we really wanted to highlight what's going on in the West End. I know a couple of you that are here tonight came to our previous talk, regional, that had to do with Riverside Arts Council and with Arts Connection, the Arts Council for San Bernardino County. But this particular evening, we're going to be talking about what's going on in the West End, and there is a lot to discuss. So at this time, I wanted to just remind you of how you can find us on Instagram. You'll find a lot of opportunities, not just on the West End, but throughout the Inland Empire and even the East End of Los Angeles County. A lot of opportunities, internships, and things like that that will be great for our students at Valley College, but also great for creatives in general in our region. Next slide. So it's my pleasure now to turn it on over to Crystal Rodriguez, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the arts area.
Hi, my name is Crystal Rodriguez, and I'm here as the managing director of the arts area. The arts area is a 501(c)(3) that does arts advocacy. We basically exist in the intersection of arts and economic development, and so as a result, we have a few things that we have to support you guys in your creative endeavors. Do I have a next slide? Next slide, please. Awesome. So, we have some creative entrepreneurship opportunities available to you guys. We offer vendor opportunities for the Ontario Art Walk. We also do an artist skill share that happens monthly. We're on hiatus for the summer, but we'll start back up again in the fall, and that's called Art Skillet, and you can find that at Art Skillet on Instagram. That happens once a month. It's got a couple really cool creatives that attend regularly, and we all take turns sharing skills with each other so that we can all learn new things. The arts area also does fiscal sponsorship. So if you're doing a creative project and that creative project has like a grant tied to it, we provide fiscal sponsorship at a small fee, and that basically means we pay the bills and you work on the creative stuff is how that works. Which there's more information for that on our website as well. And probably the most useful thing for creatives in our neighborhood is the members network. So we have a members network. You can sign up for the network. The network is free. You can see other creatives that also exist within the network. But we also have like a jobs board and an open calls page and things like that that could be helpful to you. Um, For the next slide, I think, awesome. For the gallery professionals opportunities, we have exhibition opportunities at the arts area gallery at Casa Pitzer. Those usually correspond with the Ontario Art Walk, and so quarterly we are one part of the Ontario Art Walk, and you'll hear Tanya probably also talk about that for the City of Ontario. But at our gallery, we do a quarterly exhibition and some things like that. That it happen. Check out the links are in the chat so you could check it out. But we have exhibition opportunities there with links in the chat, and also an artist in residency program through the lounge residency, which is also located in the chat. But those are the things we have available to you. And please check out our website, become a member. The membership is free, and it'll help you learn more about the opportunities in our area. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Crystal. And at the very end, also, we're going to be sharing all of the Instagram handles for everyone here. And so, yeah, I'll be sharing that in a minute. Next slide. Now I'd love to welcome Leslie Matamoros from the Maloof. Welcome, Leslie.
Hello, everybody. I'm Leslie Matamoros. I'm the Director of Education for the Sam and Alfreda Maloof Foundation. I have over 20 years experience in both arts education and curating. And so I'm here to share with you a little bit about the opportunities that the Maloof can help with you along your trajectory. Can you go to the next slide? So we have a wonderful partnership with local artists in which they can partner with the Sam Maloof and provide classes for adults on our property. And they can be anywhere from drawing, painting, ceramics, or fiber arts. If you're interested in learning more on how to become a teaching artist, and if arts education is what you are really want to learn more and engage more with, please send us an email at info@malooffoundation.org. This is an opportunity for you to also gather income, but also partner with a nonprofit organization, which would benefit both of us. And also, our mission is to also support local artistry and give opportunities for local artists to teach. We also have many workshops from free to a course of intensive for 3-day woodworking workshops, as well as art making workshops. So you could also participate in many levels within the organization. We have the Maloof Guild, which is a volunteer organization that meets every Saturday, and they curate speaking engagements on artists that would work with woodworking, and these engagements are free and open to the public. So if you want to learn more about programming and you're interested in woodworking, the Maloof Guild might be something that you're interested in. Next slide. Other opportunities that we have is you can also submit proposals to curate your own exhibit on our property. We're on a 5.5-acre property. I call it the campus. It's a beautiful natural scenery. So not only can you curate in our gallery, but you could also curate exhibits on our garden. And so if you'd like to learn more about that, please reach out to us. We also have a members exhibit. So if you're a member, you can exhibit in our galleries. Every other year, this member exhibit switch from indoor gallery to outdoor in the garden. So it's a great way to think outside the box and outside of the gallery if you're interested in learning more about how to make creative, fun, engaging exhibitions in outdoor public spaces. We also work with several universities, not only Cal State San Bernardino, Riverside, Cal Poly, Pitzer College. We've worked with many of the different colleges, from whole classes coming to us and exhibiting, to also projects where they come, like we've worked with landscape design artists who come to our garden and give us redesigning suggestions for our garden. So if you and your colleagues want to come together in as a group to ask for an experience such as that, you can also contact us and we can put together some kind of proposal. There's also opportunity to sell in these exhibits if you participate, and college work is often purchased. Sam Maloof, who's a very famous woodworker, has a huge collection of Pomona Valley artists within the historic home, and many of those are local college students. So we do want to preserve that legacy that Sam and Frida had the love for collecting and preserving local art. We've also have projects like Maloof Lemon Grove, in which we've asked artists to create art for fundraising purposes. They get a small stipend, and then your piece goes with a fiscal sponsor who will then own your piece and put them in their offices or home. And so it's a great way to not only support the Maloof, but also get exhibited by the Maloof, and your work can go towards a great foundation. Next slide. We also do internships, and that is very customized. I'm actually the person you would coordinate if you're interested in an internship, because every department is different. So we really work with your teachers and yourself and make sure that the internship that you are interested in doing with us really fits your needs. So we've had internships from landscape artists to historic research, because our property is also a historic property, to market research, capstone projects, and also education, to even psychology, because we also do a lot of psychology for children, because we work a lot with children, art, and youth. And so if you're interested, you would be contacting me and we can talk about what it is that is possible. And so I might have about 5 college interns at any one semester, a given time. So please reach out to us if you have an idea, and then we can find out if it's a good fit for both of us. So volunteering opportunities, you can learn more. We have volunteer opportunities where you can learn to become a docent and give tours in our local home. And also you can have opportunities as a workshop assistant, come in and help some of the teaching artists. You could also help me do tours with K through 12. So we have so many different opportunities for you to gain experience. So I would just say reach out if you're not 100% sure, because we have such a plethora of opportunities for you. This picture is one of my favorite. That was our partnership with Cal Poly Pomona, who did an exhibit outdoors in our garden on some of their redesigning for our garden. So if the teacher didn't reach out to me, if the students reach out to me, we don't know the possibility. So please don't be shy. Next slide. I think, is that our last slide? Or teens. How could I forget the teen program? So we just started our teen program. It's ongoing 2 years, and it's been a wonderful project to work on. But not only do we're bringing in teens from 13 to 17-year-old to learn basic skills, networking, working skills, career skills. We're also bringing college students and older teens to help with the younger students. So that's another volunteer opportunity. So a lot of our college students will help with the teen program, which could be field trips, workshops in woodworking, tours in the garden, tours of the house. So this has been a really great joy for us to develop this program, and we've seen some wonderful results as our younger teens are now older and now mentoring the younger teens. So also, if you're interested in this program, I'm also the one that coordinates it, so you could always reach out to me. And I think we have my email somewhere later on, right, Carolyn? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Next slide. That's it for me. Thank you so much. If you have questions, please put it in the Q&A.
Thanks so much, Leslie. There was a lot more than even I realized that you all were doing over there. So it's really great to hear all these things that we weren't aware of. Now it's my pleasure to welcome Tanya Rodzak, who is Arts and Culture Manager for the City of Ontario. Thank you for coming.
Great. Thanks so much for having me. And I'm so pleased to be with other people who are passionate about arts and culture and to share our journey with you all. So thank you very much for that intro, Carolyn. As mentioned, I do work with the City of Ontario's Museum Arts and Culture Department. First, I'd like to give you all a shout out for being here tonight. You know, it takes a lot to schedule your time, and I know everybody's very busy. And like many of you, you're going to start off in your journey in a career in arts and culture, hopefully. And I too started as a volunteer at the San Diego Museum of Art, and then spent some time in arts education and public art and communication at the City of Carlsbad, and then it landed me here at the City of Ontario for the past 2 years. So I'm really enjoying myself and truly managing the public art program, but also supporting large scale events and communication and outreach for our department. So thanks for having me today. Next slide. So, so I hope that you look at our website. It's beautiful. We just revamped it. So this doesn't really do it justice here, this slide. But tonight I'm going to share with you some opportunities that might lend themselves for different experiences depending on where you're at within your artistic journey. I'll start by sharing the our pilot program that we launched a few months ago. Artist activations are actually taking place now. The City of Ontario partnered with Arts Connection because we knew they did grants already really well. And so we chose to launch the first pilot program that 12 artists were selected to receive micro grants. And again, looking at, as Carolyn mentioned earlier, of artistic practices in all forms. So performing arts, dance, music. We have a projected mapping illuminated artist going to be doing showing her work. And so, you know, our goal is that, you know, we started off small with this pilot program. It will end in probably at the end of September. And then our hope and goal is to launch another program, and then hopefully, little by little, adding more funds to that to support more and more artists. So for this project, we had 12 artists. They received grant funding of $500 to $1,500 in amount. And the ranges of artistic practices really were broad and lovely. We do have an emerging artist series. This is hosted by Rebecca Ustrell, our special events coordinator. She does a lovely job with curating 3 workshops that coincide. Our last one took place a couple of weeks ago. And then I'm going to check my notes. So, oh, it's tomorrow. I should know this because I'm going to be here tomorrow too. So it's tomorrow. So it's virtual. And what Rebecca does is she really curates these workshops to help artists become more comfortable and confident to become a vendor at the Ontario Arts Festival. So the first one was about how to develop your portfolio on either Instagram or develop your own web page, but really looking at your sense of style and how to make it as most beautiful of what it could be selected that the jurors would select. And then tomorrow is sharing tips and tricks on how to use our online submission form. We use Submittable. Cities use different applications, online applications. And so it's just one of many, but that's what we use. And so really shares like invaluable help to be successful on a robust application. So then that way, knowing that the jurors are looking for and things like that, kind of an insider view on that. The next workshop for the Emerging Artist Series will take place on August 6th. Again, these are in the evening to try to really help out with your schedule if you're doing things during the day. But that one will be held at the Ontario Museum of History and Art. And that will cover how to most neatly and beautifully set up a vendor booth at the Ontario Arts Festival, which that's a work of art in itself, being doing vendor booths. So within the Ontario Museum of History and Art, there are many, many opportunities to be a vendor. As Crystal mentioned, Ontario Art Walk is something that is a lovely experience that we do on both sides of the Arts District of Euclid, and we activate the space in different ways. Again, this is managed by Rebecca, and she generally curates a theme for the art walk. And so, what we're going to encourage you to do is to sign up for Museum Arts and Culture e-news. It's comes out once a month, but it really does highlight everything that we have going on. And then you can email us to become a vendor at Art Walk. Um, I always also encourage emerging artists or newer artists to start with Art Walk. It's really it's an easygoing experience. It's no pressure really. You get one table, there's a tablecloth, there's a couple of chairs, there's artists next to you. It's a really lovely, easy experience. So if you are working up to becoming more of the larger scale events like the book fair or the arts festival, that's a good lead in and a segue for you. The Ontario Art Book Fair, if you are a paper arts enthusiast, book arts, zines, printmaking, any experimental paper arts, this event's for you. Even if you're maybe not vending, if you check it out this year, it's going to be on April 10th. It's a really fabulous event. It will be the third year of it taking place, and it's really taken off here. And so that's another opportunity to vend if that is your artistic practice that really drives you, and you have an abundance of materials that you might want to sell, which is a great opportunity. And then the last opportunity, the Ontario Arts Festival, is the larger, kind of bigger mainstream event. We close down streets for it. We have food vendors. We have different artist activation spaces. We have hands-on opportunities for families of all ages. It really is like the bigger event. Thank you for the shout out, Crystal. Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I love it too. So, but a lot of hard work goes into it, and part of that is having about up to 60 to 70 vendors on Lemon and on Transit to highlight their works and to sell their works. The great opportunity about this is all artists get to take in all of their sales, so we don't keep any percentage through being a city entity. So we really want to support you with that. There is a $75 fee to participate, but that also gets you the canopy, the table, the chairs, which to me that's pretty awesome. Then you don't have to schlep all that stuff. And so is this so for the art book fair, if you're asking Isabel, we could go ahead and talk offline about that, but there are opportunities for different book sales and things like that as well, as long as you're producing the books. So there's some criteria to be made there. That's all listed on our website. And then for the Arts Festival, about 2,000 of our closest friends come, and you're welcome. For public art, which is the programs that I manage, we have a lot of temporary and permanent public art taking place right now in the city. It's very exciting. We just closed the Downtown Ontario Improvement Association. We're partnering with them on a public-private partnership opportunity for the Storefront Project, which is vinyl art wraps on Euclid, which will be exciting. We had 98 submissions, so hopefully you're one of them. So that's an opportunity for artists to be paid for that as well. That just closed yesterday at 4. A lot of exciting things, but mostly what I say is please sign up for the e-news. It's easy to sign up. You get all the call for art opportunities are listed on there. We do post it on Instagram too, but this is a consistent way just to know what's going on. Okay, next slide. For our museum professionals, we have some volunteer opportunities. So we have the Museum Associates, which are our nonprofit fundraising board that helps support the museum history and art initiatives and our strategic plan and everything that has to do with the museum. So that's an opportunity to take part in a group that is passionate about the museum itself, history, art, everything that has to do with it, and mostly being passionate about serving the public in Ontario, which is lovely. There are opportunities to become a public art advisory commissioner. Um, Also, we have the museum boards of trustees. That is more of a rotating application schedule. You do get paid $50 per meeting, but really it's not about the money on that one. It's more about the experience, the resume builder, all that good stuff. And then as far as various recruitments, this little screenshot, it's not very good, but if you get up close on the HR website, if you go on there and you go onto a job interest card and you click on that, you could say I'm interested in arts. Maybe you're interested in, I saw marketing and graphics, design, certain communications. There's a lot of different entities that you could get into. If you're interested, I know that our recreation services also have opportunities for paid teaching artist experiences too. And so, with that, just being a public servant, we all take pride on our work, and especially building those relationships and collaborating with others. And so, our city's goal is to become the premier destination for arts and culture in the Inland Empire. And so, but it really starts with the individuals who have a desire to not only show their work, but experience arts and culture in our community and become advocates and future devoted individuals for arts and culture in our community. So with that, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Tanya. So much good stuff going on in Ontario. And next slide, please. And now we get to hear from the city of Rancho Cucamonga. Allison Town is here to talk a little bit about Rancho Cucamonga's programs. Thanks and welcome, Allison.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here on this panel tonight. A little bit about me. I'm a management analyst for the Engagement and Special Programs Department here in Rancho Cucamonga. I started out in the arts in my undergraduate degree at Redlands and ended up being an intern actually at AMOCA in Pomona when they had their first little gallery space on Gary. So I'm really happy to be here and to be a champion for emerging artists. So here at the city, we are working on a couple of different things. I'll go to the next slide here. Just to touch on for our upcoming fiscal year, we're going to be tackling two different programs that we've been running for a couple of years now, but we're really happy to offer stipends for our utility box beautification program, where we wrap utility boxes throughout the city. And then also we are carrying on our mini mural project, which incorporates artists painting trail markers along the Pacific Electric Trail. And we have an example here that was just done this year by Carly Lake. So these are really great opportunities to expand your portfolio, kind of work on a smaller scale if you're kind of coming up in mural work. And it's just a great way to engage with the community. People are just so curious to see artists out and about. So we definitely have folks coming along with their families, interested in seeing what's going on. So we just love that type of interaction and just opportunity. So those will be coming up in the fall and spring. So I'll be sending out information on social media, on our website, and most likely we'll be posting the first call for artists in August and then early in the spring of next year for those two programs. In terms of vendor and performance opportunities, we do collaborate often with Rancho Cucamonga Community and Arts Foundation, and they have a long-standing foundation festival that happens in April. So definitely keep an eye out for that opportunity. And there's a lot of different layers to that event, and it's just a great way to also get yourself out there networking and collaborating. So a great way to connect. And then we also have a pretty robust community services department offering instruction and classes for the community And we have also our human resources website on our city website that often posts those opportunities. And again, another way to kind of strengthen your instructor skill set and just connect with community members, young and old. Our community center is a very busy place off of Milliken. There's constant rotation of classes and opportunities. So definitely check out our website for that. We'll go to the next slide. All right, so if you haven't been already, our Victoria Gardens Cultural Center has become quite a place for all types of entertainment and cultural events. Just this summer, we've opened our outdoor venue, which is really exciting. We have a permanent stage now for performances and extra shade for outdoor events and festivals. It's a really, really nice space. And we're hoping to, in the future, pull in public art into those spaces. But the outdoor space is now really enjoyable and a little bit more shade, which is great. Inside, we have the Lewis Family Playhouse, which is a 560-seat performing arts theater. So within this space, there's a lot of opportunity for internships, employment, and just coming as an audience member to enjoy all sorts of events throughout the year. And a great place to network as well. We have a rotation of volunteers that also work within the space, and that can be found on our website for more information on that. The Cultural Center also houses our Paul A. Beyond Library and the Second Story and Beyond Immersive Discovery Space, which is a really dynamic space for children and families. And it really is truly one of its kind. It opened in 2024, and within the space, we have interactive exhibits as well as a STEM lab and a studio for art. So they're trying to recruit right now for arts instruction and artists in residence. So there's going to be more information in the chat, but it's truly a really dynamic space, and they're really trying to build up their roster. So keep an eye out for that in the coming months. And then just overall, our city is going to be celebrating its 50th anniversary next year. So we're really hoping to layer in a lot of community engagement opportunities, a lot of extra public art opportunities and calls for artists to show and celebrate their connection to Rancho. So if you live in the area, please keep an eye out. I'll be updating our socials, like I mentioned, and also the website with those opportunities as they come. But overall, we're just really excited to be building up our public art mission and values. We just kind of launched a couple of years ago, so we're just so thrilled to be a part of this panel and to have these neighbors who are so dynamic and engaged with our artist community. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Allison. Can you go ahead and put the next slide up, please? Thanks. I am going to drop all of our information here in the chat. And I know there was an earlier question. So the slides will be sent out to everyone, and we will also be doing a recording, which we'll make available on YouTube, and then we'll send that link out when that is ready as well. And so I've also dropped in the chat contact information if you're interested in any or all of these programs. And I just wanted to again thank all of you who came tonight from the West End of the IE, and really so grateful to hear about all of the things that you have going on. One of the major reasons, as I mentioned, of pulling together folks that work in the community is that even if you're going to Chafee and you're studying music or fashion, you still may want like a creative entrepreneurship certificate program from Valley College. And while you're there, you'll be learning things, but there's nothing to replace the benefit of really working in the community and with the community. And there's so many opportunities already happening now. That opportunity to take your education and plug in into some of these programs is really what this is all about tonight. So again, thank you to all of you for being here. And at this point, I would love to open it up for Q&A. And in fact, let's go ahead.